Scene 3, the castle of Dunsinane. We're going to see Macbeth. People have just alluded to that he might have gone crazy. There's some violent fury. A couple scenes ago, we heard, at the end of Act 4, that he was having some open rebellions. And so he's not just sitting back with his feet up on this throne. He's trying to hold on to what he has. So look at how he's dealing with everything, with the traitors in his mind leaving in order to amass an army. See what he thinks about them. He's talking to the doctor about his wife because he knows that his wife isn't well. So pay particular attention to Macbeth's ups and downs, ups and downs. Scene 3, the castle at Dunsinane. Remember, I told you to keep an eye on his personality, his thoughts, his action. Because you always have to keep in mind what the witches were telling him. Okay, or what they did tell him. And how that was supposed to make him, when he was supposed to be smart, it was supposed to, he was supposed to go against it. Because they tell him things that make him overconfident. And so he says, bring me no more reports. Let them all fly. Let all those Thanes leave. Let everybody who doesn't want to fight with me, who doesn't believe me, go. Because I'm going to defeat them anyways. So it doesn't matter. Let them all go. I have nothing to fear, till Birnam Wood removed to Dunsinane. He mentions it here. He mentions it at the very end of this scene. And so you can see that that is what he's considering maybe the most impossible and improbable thing to happen. Because the trees cannot walk across. Birnam Wood cannot march on Dunsinane. It can't happen. And don't forget about the one with, man of woman born. Well, so really, since every man is born of woman, I have nothing to fear from mankind. And so this is what he's really holding on to is, I don't care. I don't care. Until Birnam Wood marches, I have nothing to fear. And so that's really where his cockiness and arrogance. He says, fly, false Thanes, fly, go away, leave. The servant comes in, sir, there is 10,000 geese, villain. Geese? No, soldiers, sir. Well, go prick thy face and overread thy fear. Because the guy's so pale, 10,000, that's a lot of people to see coming and marching and amassing and coming towards you. And so he's pale, he goes, go prick thy, get some blood and put some color in your cheeks. Okay, you're a fool. You're a coward. Okay, I'm not scared of 10,000 men. What, geese? Is that what you're afraid of? And so he's really not concerned at all. And so we see Macbeth really being that defiant individual. Satan appears. Satan, what's your gracious pleasure? What news more? Well, all is confirmed, my lord, which was reported. I'll fight till from my bones my flesh be hacked. Give me my armor. So Macbeth could sit back. A lot of times generals and kings typically don't fight. Have you seen those movies where they're usually, have telescopes and they're way in the back and they're watching? Okay, send in the 3rd Battalion. There's the strategists. They're not down there fighting. Braveheart is he wasn't the king, but yet he was down there fighting with them. Here, Macbeth, he has nothing to fear of humans. And so he goes, give me my armor. I'm going to go out. Okay, remember, he was very good with his sword from what we heard about him from the first act. And so he wants to go out and wants to fight and probably wants some bloodlust and kill some people. Okay, kill some of those traitors that are leaving him, maybe. I'll put it on. You don't need it yet. You don't need it. Well, why do you're not going to fight? I'll put it on. Send out more horses, scur the country round, hang those that talk of fear. So those individuals who were just doing what was commanded, if this individual is telling, Macbeth's telling people to kill those that are fearful, those that are thinking of leaving, we can see a lot of fear that he's ruling with. Then lastly, he's talking to the doctor. Not a huge plot point here other than the fact that Macbeth wants her to cure her of that because he says that she has, she's troubled. Well, cure her. Pluck from the memory a rooted sorrow. Cleanse the stuffed bosom of that perilous stuff which weighs upon the heart. So help her. Well, therein the patient must minister to himself. So that's the same thing he said to the gentlewoman. This is not something that a physician can take care of. This is something that she needs to take care of herself or find, a priest, is what he said to the gentlewoman earlier. He goes, throw physic to the dog, all none of it. Throw medicine, who needs medicine? I mean, gee, what good are you? what good are you? I want her cured. If thou couldst, doctor, cast the water of my land and find her disease, and purge it to a sound and pristine health, I would applaud thee to the very echo. So if you can do this, I will be very grateful. And it's always good to have the king, owe you a favor. Okay, so he'd be very, very pleased. The king, Macbeth, takes off, and he goes, I will not be afraid of death and bane till Birnam wood come to Dunsinane. So once again, there is that little, statement again, always in his mind. And then the doctor has his little comedic line, were I from Dunsinane away and clear, profit again should hardly draw me here. So you couldn't pay me enough to come back to this place if I were fortunate enough to escape and get away from here. Money couldn't bring me back to deal with, I wouldn't say the craziness that's going around here, but the demonic visions that this woman is spewing out, and he sees the way that Macbeth is acting, and so you couldn't pay me to come back here should I flee.